All right, we are going to do CSS Daily for April 5th. We're going to quickly go through the HTML. We have our card that looks like it has a border. It does. We have a background for the general card. We have a header accent, which might be this. I don't know. We'll have to see. Might be this color also. Mission log. We have a title color, mission label color. Should be that. Is it the same as the accent? Yes, it is the same as the accent color. Okay. We have our orbit badge, which is, I think, this thing out here that has a border background and the lighter color. We have our planet grid, which has these planet items. One of them has this featured selector. Planet visual, Mercury. Planet info, maybe the planet visual is a dot we have to draw. That's my guess, is that's what this thing is. And then we have planet info, Mercury, class, and a planet tag that is a button pill sort of thing. Yeah, and then we have those repeated, so we have a color for each of those dots. Then we have a stats row down here with some dividers and some values on labels, 290 moons, 8 planets, that sort of thing. And then finally a footer that has a progress bar and a button over at the end. Yeah, that's what it looks like. We have a whole bunch of colors, but we don't have any radius values today. I don't know how it decides whether or not we're going to get a radius value, but today we don't. So there we are. All right. So I'm going to set border 2 pixels, solid, var, border, card border. Yeah, let's go with that. We're going to do a border radius of 16 pixels. We're going to do a height, HEI, of 350 pixels. We're going to do a width of 500 pixels. Those don't look that bad. Maybe a little bit tall. Maybe it's 345. That doesn't look that terrible. We're going to do a background. So var something with BG. Card BG would be a good bet. We're at 82% just by setting our background color. Okay. Now we have a header. Let's look at our header. We have a header left and an orbit badge. So the header should just be display flex, justify content space between, and let's give the header, actually let's give the card some padding. 20 pixels. Maybe not, but getting somewhere. All right, we have header left, which, okay, that's fine. This, let's get a, whoops, I'm not in the selector. Color of var, title color. Nope. Color, Jupiter, Mercury, stat label, planet name, progress, mission, progress, label color. I don't know. I knew it earlier when I was looking at just this stuff. What is it? Accent color, is that what I decided? Header accent? Where are we? Here. Header accent. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks like it could be right. Font size, 14 pixels. Looks a little tall. 12. Font weight, bold. Letter spacing, not liter. Letter spacing, 1 pixel. And let's give it a little less padding. Is that what we need to do? 18. And then a little more. I can't tell. I'm not going to spend more time on that. It's close-ish. Let's do color var title color. There we go. We're going to do a font size of 20 pixels. 22. 22 looks pretty close. And then we're going to grab our orbit badge, which I think is that thing over there. We're going to give it some padding of, I don't know, 5 pixels, 10 pixels. We're going to give it a border of 2 pixel, solid, var, some accent, header accent. It's going to get a border radius of, I don't know, 15 pixels. It's going to get a color of var accent. It's going to get a font size of 12 pixels. It's going to get, missing that. It's going to get display, flex, justify, content, center, align items, center. It's going to get a background of var PG something, card badge PG, and padding on top and bottom is going to be less, padding on the sides is going to be more, like 20 maybe, and less on top too. It's being taller because it's taking up the entire flex area. I'm not going to chase it too much. I'm going to change this to 1 pixel though. All right. Then we have the planets grid, which is going to be display flex. And then we have a planet item, which is also going to be display flex, but flex direction column. It's going to get a justify content center and align items center. Venus. Oh, no. Mercury. I'm not sure that's correct. Okay. Let's do planet item featured. Planet visual, I think, is going to get. How do I want to do that? It's going to get a border radius 50%. It's going to get a height of 20 pixels, width of 20 pixels. Going to get a background of var Mercury color. Okay, there are the circles drawing. I think I want this back. Yeah, I want that back. We're gonna have to. I think there's another. Yeah, there's this planet info thing in here. There, planet info needs a display flex and a flex direction of column. And I think that will solve some problems. Okay, let's get back to this thing. This is going to be 40, 40. It's close, probably wrong, but close. The planet item, when I need the planet grid. Yeah, I want to say justify content space between or space evenly probably. Let's try space between. Yeah, that looks better. I think it's going to be easier to push it in a little bit. That's going to be margin top of 20 pixels. Getting close, not right, but that's okay. We have a planet item. Let's give that some padding of 5 pixels. Okay, that shows me that these are indeed too big. 35 and 35. That's closer. Planet visual, I'm looking for planet item, I think is what I want. I want border 2 pixels, solid, var, accent, color, border, radius, 16 pixels. Okay, padding. On the top, it looks okay-ish. I think it needs more on the sides. So let's give it 10 pixels on the sides. It's maybe 15 pixels on the sides. And then maybe 8 on this. 10. 10's getting closer, a little less margin on top. 18. That looks better. And then more on the sides. Let's try 18 there. That's getting close. We have too much border radius. Let's go to 10. That's getting close. And then these have a background. var, vg. What are these? Planet. These are planet. Card, badge. Badge bg. Nope, that looks like the active one. bg. Oh, we have a badge border. Planet item bg. That I think is the right one. This is the border is much too thick, at least. It probably is the wrong color too. Okay, there are those. I think maybe the best thing I can do is get the right colors in those balls. Background, var, Mercury. I think that was the only one that was already done. So great. Background, var, Venus. Background, var, Mars. And background, var, Jupiter. Okay. Yeah. Based on where I was, I felt like that was the easiest way to get a couple more percentage. The other approach might have been to go after the launch mission button, but there's where I got. So, yeah, that's what I got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.